I guess we'll start with the crocodile.
Which is basically the main character you control.
Yes, so you use the arrow keys, and, so in order to make, hold on, I'll just, like, turn it on so you can kind of see what's happening. You can kind of see that it's following the platform, and then when it's not touching the platform, it falls. Right here, if it's touching the color light green, which is the color of the land, then it will go up, and if it's not touching it, it will go down. So it's giving off the impression that it's, it's giving off the impression that it's like balancing
floating
on the platform.
Okay.
When in reality it's just,
Floating.
pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much just floating. And each time you beat a level, this happens. And so one of the things we had, the recent level unlocked, and the reason that it was used was because if you were to play level 1 over again and beat it, you couldn't unlock level 4, or well, you could without this. But so if the recent level unlocked is equal to the level number that you're playing, then it will unlock the next one.
So if we beat level 3, then level 4 will be unlocked.
Now, is levels a feature of 2.0? Or was that also available?
You could always just do that, but the level number is a variable that we made
Gotcha.
right here, and so like when the level number is equal to the level that's been unlocked most recently.
Okay.
And another thing we also did was, we did the same thing with the color orange, but instead we made it so you wouldn't move unless you pressed the up arrow or the W arrow.
Okay.
Or the N to go up, and vice versa for the down arrow and the S arrow.
And as you'll see, you might have noticed it before, but it's this. The level 4 wasn't unlocked before, but now it is.
Ah.
And as you progress into levels, there's new things, like in this level we have lava, where we made it so if you touch a certain color, you would lose a life and have to restart.
And if you touch it beforehand, like before you get all the food, you'll die and go back to the start. But
and if you lose all your lives,
if you get all them, if you lose all your lives, you'll have to start the level over again. And just for time's sake, I'm just gonna set the recent level unlocked to a higher number, just so we can kind of see some of the later levels, because there's some cool things in there.
How many levels?
There's 16 as of right now, 2 worlds.
Wow.
And so as you can see now, all the things have unhollowed. There's only 8 now, but you can use this and you can see some of the later worlds.
So is that what they call cheat codes?
Pretty much, yeah.
And then the 3 buttons right there. The red button is to delete all your data. Like, say you want to restart your game, then you can press that and you'll lose everything. And the yellow button is an FAQ button that shows, like, if you have a question about the game, then you direct it to there.
And now, if you touch the hippo, normally you would die and go back to the start, of course. But with the grass, the program is if it's touching on. I'll try to see if I can find it. Here it is, right here. So if it's touching the hippo and it's not touching the color dark green, which is the color of the grass, then it will die. But since it's touching dark green, nothing happens. And so you can pass by the hippo and other enemies
hide
too
in the
with
grass.
these.
Nice.
That's the flashlight. And so when you get to World 2, it's nighttime. And so of course there's nighttime things like a bat. There's a bat right there. You can sort of see the eyes move back and forth. And normally you can't go through the shadows. It just won't let you. But when you have the flashlight, the bat appears because you can see it better, and now you can go through the shadows.
Ah,
It's kind of light in here,
nice,
but you can kind of
nice.
see what's happening. And then you can also use the grass to pass by bats too. Oh,
And
if you die, you lose the flashlight, and you have to go back to that spot.
And also, if the croc move faster, because if you press a certain button at the same time, like the D and right
D
arrow, then it'll go right faster. And vice versa with the A key. And does it work for the S and down arrow and the W?
If you're climbing the ladder, yeah.
If you're climbing the ladder.
And then, And so then this is an eagle, which it follows a certain path, and it can leave the screen and come back on.
Hmm.
Sort of like there are a whole bunch of eagles.
Oh, come on. Anyways, it's kind of lagging a little bit, but...
What kind of comments have you gotten of online from the?
Well, we
just
just uploaded it yesterday. We haven't gotten any comments, but
Okay.
in about 30 hours, we have gotten one love it and one favorite.
Okay, good, great.
And the blue key thing, that's a
Oh,
key
yeah, there's
of
the
the
key.
obvious.
There's the
It can unlock certain doors. Like
unlocks the blue
there was a
door.
blue thing right there. If you grab that, and there's that thing blocking
Yeah,
something, then
it's
you'll be
kinda
able to
like-
unlock that certain area of the level.
And so that's pretty much all the items, except you might have noticed that the food is changing what it looks like. If you kind of look down here where they are right here, these three, whenever you hit the flag to restart the level, they'll switch to a random costume, and that number 2 doesn't want to switch, but
There you
so each time it'll be different, and it gets to the point where you're unlocking levels 2 right here.
Nice.
And one of the parts that's hard about this is you can't tell where the bat starts and stops because it blends in with the background, and you can't access the flashlight yet. Oh, geez. See, I just
We'll
touched
show
it
them what
there.
happens when you die. And if
Oh,
you
there
lose
you
all
go,
your
game
lives,
over.
then level fail.
Failed.
Nice job.
And that's basically all of our games.
That's pretty much it.
Let's give him a hand.
Any other items?